everyone, this is American Wire. During this hearing, Gaetz explodes at all the Democrat witnesses, especially one of them. Check it out.
Professor Carlin, you gave $2,000, or you gave $1,000 to Elizabeth Warren, right?
I believe so.
You gave $1,200 to Barack Obama?
I have no reason to question that.
And you gave $2,000 to Hillary Clinton?
That's correct.
Why so much more for Hillary than the other two?
Because I've been giving a lot of money to charity recently because of all of the poor people in the United States.
Well, those aren't the only folks you've been given to. Now, have you ever been on a podcast called Versus Trump?
I think I was on a live panel that the people who ran the podcast called Versus Trump.
On that, do you remember saying the following? Liberals tend to cluster more. Conservatives, especially very conservative people, tend to spread out more, perhaps because they don't even want to be around themselves. Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
Do you understand how that reflects contempt on people who are conservative?
No, what I was talking about there was the natural tendency, if you put the quote in context, the natural tendency of a compactness requirement to favor a party whose voters are more spread out.
Well,
and I do not have contempt
hold on.
for
Again,
conservatives.
I'm very limited on time, Professor. And so I just have to say, when you talk about how liberals want to be around each other and cluster, and conservatives don't want to be around each other, and so they have to spread out, it makes people, you may not see this from, like the ivory towers of your law school, but it makes actual people in this country feel like, excuse me, you don't get to interrupt me on this time. Now, let me also suggest that when you invoke the president's son's name here, when you try to make a little joke out of referencing Barron Trump, that does not lend credibility to your argument. It makes you look mean. It makes you look like you're attacking someone's family, the minor child of the President of the United States. So let's see if we can get into the facts. To all of the witnesses, if you have personal knowledge of a single material fact in the Schiff report, please raise your hand. And let the record reflect no personal knowledge of a single fact. And you know what? That continues on the tradition that we saw from Adam Schiff, where Ambassador Taylor could not identify an impeachable offense.
Gaetz made some great points when his time to say what he wanted to say. When he first started and he shared how in 2016, after Trump won the presidency, Democrats did everything they could to interrupt his ability to run and function as a president. Everything they could. How many times they impeached him? You know what happened. But when the Democrats won the House in 2018, they said they didn't do everything. They didn't do anything. They didn't bother the Democrats to prevent their power. They wanted to work with Dems. So Democrats are just so much more destructive and cannot accept when someone is elected into power that they go about just trying to destroy you. Now, another thing that that was said, and it kind of I actually kind of agree with this woman. I don't know about you guys, but when Gaetz said that the lady who was on a podcast about Trump said how Democrats cluster together and conservatives seems to spread out more. The first thing that came to my mind is because of this. Democrats are willing to ignore their constituents, to ignore who elected them into power in order to push the Democrat agenda and in order to put money in their pocket. Straightforward. I totally believe in that. Conservatives, although they are working together and they fight together, they're more spread out because they're more about fighting for their constituents than they are about, maybe some of them don't do this, but about putting money in their pocket or about pushing the conservative agenda. There's more honorable, I feel, leaders in the conservative party. Not all of them, I'm not saying, but there's more. And that's why I kind of when she said that, I was like, I can see kind of that, right? But Gaetz was right on when he asked everyone to raise their hand if they had any evidence of all the crimes that they were impeaching Trump for, and no one raised a hand. He goes, I want to go on record. No one raised a hand. No one has any evidence. But no, they're pushing this narrative just to take Trump out of power at that time.